Good evening, welcome to Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin. These wonderful people have agreed to come and be silly with me this evening, and we're going to get to them in just 1 second. But first, for legal reasons, our virtual tabletop of choice is Roll20. The art you've seen here and abouts is from Pixabay. The music that you may hear later this evening is from Ben Sound. The character art was done using Hero Forge. And I think that's it. Okay, let's talk about the people. We've been doing this for 3 nights now. 3 nights of silly, 3 nights of donate money to throw absolute mayhem into already shenanigan-loaded events. And we're going to do some more of that tonight. So, apparently gluttons for punishment. These 3 are back. Sarah, tell us about production companies and such.
I have a production company called Tango Productions. We're currently working on a very large project called Bravely Broken.
What an amazing name.
Yes, it is. A lot of very, very cool people involved in that project, too.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, a lot of them. Okay, speaking of a lot of people, I'm not sure that's a good way to introduce somebody. Bison, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Get
There's a joke in there, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna say it.
There's I know the character you're playing tonight is one in a long line of characters that are all interconnected. So I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. But what I'm really looking forward to is seeing chat as they notice the connections. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. What and where are you streaming and when?
Well, normally I'm here on Sundays for our regular game, The World at Large. I play a bugbear who is somehow now the team dad. Don't know how that worked, but and on Tuesdays I stream my own stuff on my Twitch channel, which I haven't written in chat, which I normally do. And I played Fall Guys last week, and I think I'll be playing it again because it's a lot of fun. And yeah, that's me.
I presume there's a lot of swearing involved in that.
Not yet. I was doing really good last
Okay.
week. I won 3 times, and that's a lot for me. So
It's like the driving simulators, and the only people that swear are the people that aren't winning. I understand. 52 people, 1 winner. Come on, relax. But let's move on. Oh, Eddie, thank you for hurtling across large, vast expanses of the northern plains to get here this evening. Where can we find you and what you do?
It's just a hop and a skip, but hi, I'm Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based voice actor, which is in the middle of the Northern Plains. And you can find me at the following links or any other projects that you see, like popping around. Make sure to subscribe to that YouTube channel to try and see if any future projects that I clip, and definitely using the right legal jargon, I steal all of it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thank you all for coming into my 3rd session in a row.
Yep.
I'm going to be taking over Dirty 20 Gaming. After this, I will maybe DM a game or something, and then we're just going to start this violent coup. So thank you all for being here.
Funny how you should mention
And
that.
here for history.
It turns out there's several nights a week this channel isn't doing anything, so I'd like to fix that. But we'll talk. We'll talk. That's what we're going to do all night tonight, too. Oh, I believe that might be almost a new person. Hello and welcome. Ha ha ha. Right back at you. We're going to make some ha ha ha's now, if we can. We introduced everybody. Oh, I know what we got to do. We got to do this.
I like a charcuterie board.
Oh yes, isn't that nice? The charcuterie board and then the pizza at his feet. It's foot pizza. That's special pizza. You have to pay more for that. Shut up, Kevin. Stop. You can donate to make me stop talking about foot pizza. You can donate at the Tiltify link over there. If you donate $10 and then come back in here, I can. Holy shit, it's happening already. If you see that, you can go there and make a donation of $10, and you can come back here into this chat and define an NPC in 1 sentence that I am forced to put into this game. This game, by the way, is Curds of Straw. The science, as you just saw, the science fiction cheese-based puns, Curse of Straw, one-shot satire you never knew you always wanted. I had to read that. That's I wrote it and I had to read it. It's the only way I'm going to remember it. But go there and drop in a donation. Speaking of donations, we were wonderfully, marvelously, and I think quite accurately given a goal of $500 for this weekend. You can see there, if you look, it's already gone up $20 since we started. It is now currently at $400, and there is a ghostly 50 floating in the background there. So we're actually at $450 out of the 500. Yeah, that's why I'm worried, Deku, is because somebody out there just clipped that, and I'm now on a fetish channel somewhere talking about foot pizza. That's my biggest worry at this point.
Somebody.
That's your big break, Kevin.
Somebody who's got a good internet job. So we are $50 away from making that. That is 5 NPCs. You guys can do that in the first hour, I'm sure. Let's give you the option to start. With that, in an increasingly implausible series of insisting that these be detective stories, the three of you are called to your new boss at the Pinkerton's Interstellar Detective Agency's office. Hello, you can call me Contemplative Emu. You are reminded that all the management in this position all have names that are random adjectives and random nouns. I'll be replacing Rampant Sauce as your department head. Rampant is off sick with F-bola. It's like Ebola, but one letter worse. As I'm sure you all know, this war of Curds has been ongoing for 5 years now. Up until recently, it's been a cold war, or at least a lightly chilled one, but that all changed yesterday. This war just got hotter than aged jalapeno cheddar. Some punnily named cheeses at the Curdled Way Cheesery were poisoned with Schrodinger's toxin. Anyone infected is both alive and dead until someone checks. 3 batches of poisoned cheese were found in the shop. They were, and he looks down at a list, Cannon Bear. Apparently the image is a bear in full Napoleonic outfit standing behind a cannon. There's also Blue Wade Chews. It's got a silhouette of Elvis on the side, and it's really chewy. There's also 4 brands of Elemental. They're sold in blocks like golems. The fire golem is Jalapeno Jack. The water golem is Sea Salt. The air golem is Whipped and Foamed. And the land golem is Dirt Lover Cheese. They're all provided by one source who has a known hatred for using puns in cheese-making. It seems that this war of curds has boiled over, leaving many horrified cheese-burned fondue victims in its wake. The Curdled Way Cheesery has hired us to find out more. We have agreed to infiltrate the cheese supply company's headquarters, located in the Briovian system, on a space station castle called Castle Wavenloft. Once you've surreptitiously entered the castle, you need to find proof, if it exists, that Straw Von Cheese Sandwich was behind this, and to shed a bright light on him and his actions. If he refuses to come in, then you are authorized, condoned, and strongly requested to eliminate him by burying him in flowing water, so that no one finds the body. There's a file waiting for you on the ship. You leave in an hour. As you are abruptly removed from the office by his robot guard, you finally get a chance to look at each other. Let's do them in order. Let's start with Snowball. What do they see, just visually, when they look at you?
What they see probably has spent quite some time in a garbage heap, literally. It is a standard bipedal humanoid robot Autoborg with no head. Where the neck should be is a circle with a lot of really weird xenotech in it, and as they leave the room, the head, a hard light hologram of just a featureless head, just sort of pops up, 2 angry eyebrows as he looks to Jurgen and Sakura and just meat bags. Why am I with meat bags? I specifically made a request.
So with that sad and pathetic note, and your dismay clear for all to hear, upon hearing that, Jurgen, how do you respond? First of all, what do we see, and then how do you respond to being called a meatbag?
The camera pans down to a 3-foot. I guess kind of looks like a gnome, but is a small boy with bowl cut yellow hair, some goggles, some very cheap looking kind of Bavarian setup, and some very like bright green like booty shorts. And right now, because he's inside, he's taken off his slippers and he's kind of just like just not really existing in feet prisons and just wiggling his toes around. Goes, oh, who are you calling a meatbag?
You.
Oh, I'm certain I'm not fit to any sort of shape that you're familiar with. It just kind of dances in place. Get used to it, boy.
You hear the sound of static. Just a low static.
404 response not found error. So that leaves us with well, that's 2 that aren't normal. Let's go for 3 of a full set. Our third abnormality, pretending to be a character. Tell us all about Sakura, please. What do they look like?
So Sakura is a satyr. So she has like the cloved hooves for feet. She is wearing short like jean shorts.
Yeah.
With 2 holsters on the side. And she's already like kind of bored of what's going on.
Yeah.
So she's gone to the closest wall, put her goggles on, and pulled her mask up. And has already started tagging the wall with one of her cans.
Well, I can't read tagging, so what does it say?
It effectively says it's her mark,
Yeah.
which is a wheel of cheese, which is cut out, blue cheese, mind you, chasing after a couple of like little ghosts.
See, experienced players bring these fully developed characters to one-shots, and I freaking love it because I can just ask any question I want.
I'm glad that we started vandalizing and also committing copyright infringement. This is just such a fun start of my day. Do we want to get on the ship and go find this Strav fellow?
I mean, if you want to, sounds pretty fun for me.
Okay. What do you say, no ball?
Oh, she's also like 3 feet.
Yes.
So-
Yes.
Oh, we look eye to eye.
Yeah.
So he's literally twice the size of the rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Snowball's head pans to Sakura, then to Jurgen. Another low static, and then just starts making its way to the spaceport.
As you get to the ship and get in and get settled, luckily at least, from the vibes I'm getting, you each have your own rooms, so you take as much time apart it together as you can. It's only one jump. It's only one flicker of an eye. So was there anything you wanted to do just before the jump or after the jump before we get to Briovia? I see a grin and an that's 2. Let's go with the first because you made the noise.
Oh shit. Snowball doesn't actually have a room. He literally just sort of plugs into a closet. So you see it just walk past all the rooms, just opens a door, walks in.
Reopens the door, steps out, and goes to the next one because you were just in the closet with the mops. You go into the charge closet.
The wrong one.
Yep.
The one that's marked for EV vehicles, yeah.
Yeah.
Fusion powered.
And you hook up for the evening. All right. What I saw a grin. Sakura, what are you doing?
So to each room, I'm gonna basically tag it with the character.
Yep.
So for Snowball, it's just like a wispy looking thing. And for I'm so sorry, I forgot your character's name.
My name's Jurgen.
Jurgen. She's going to do basically like a cheese pastry for him on his door.
So delicious.
Oh, does she
We
know
should
you?
probably talk about our specialities and like what we like to do for fun, just so we can like work cohesively as a team. Do you want to start, Sakura?
I mean, mine's pretty simple. I just create art. And start a rebellion 1 or 2, but that doesn't matter.
We're infiltrating a high-tech operation. Okay. What about you, Mr. Robot Man?
132 years solid service thrown in a trash heap for an upgrade.
Okay, so we're trauma dumping. Cool. I lost my sister when I was young. That's a fun little tidbit. Let's get going.
I hate my family.
Everyone does. They just pretend not to.
Oh, I simultaneously want to adopt and kill all 3 of them.
Disclaimer, I love my family.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
I love
acting.
my family.
We're all acting when we say that. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Any of them are watching.
We're all acting when we say that. Legally required to say that.
Yep.
Despite anything anybody else may have been told. Okay. There is a small amount of other information before you get there. You were told there was information on the ship. The ship, called the Emperor's New Clothes, can sneak you right up to where you need to go. But the private portion of the castle is locked up tighter than the ingredients list for Granny Wilmot's patented chicken soup cheddar, the cheese that fills you up and cures the common cold. So, the only way in that isn't alarmed is through the abandoned, failed retail outlet of the Cheese Supply Company. The Cheese Supply Company recently had to liquidate its retail outlets. Their traditional brands and branding failed to compete with the CURD movement. The cheese users, reusers, and distributors are run by the Crypto Hipster Emmental Eating Society Executive, or Cheese. They love cheese and they love puns. You get very close. So close you can now see this floating space castle in a distance. You know, like I almost said a brand name that would sue the fuck out of me. Very famous castle. Just think of a
The Neuschwanstein Castle?
The Neuschwanstein Castle, yes, the one on the
Germany?
hill in Germany. Yes, that
Oh, yeah.
may or may not have been an inspiration for some other castle that I was trying
Oh,
desperately
no,
to
it's
get
the
off the
only
topic
one.
of. The
Totally the only
Neuschwanstein
one.
Castle. That's even better, actually, as I completely drop all sort of foolishness. Because imagine that they just pulled the mountaintop off of, just. So there's like this root of rock sticking out below it. But this is a space station floating in space. It floats in the real and psychological gloom of a depressed local star. The Von Cheese Sandwich family built here because it was cheap. Compared to other space castles, Wavenloft is eclectic. Minarets, turrets, onion domes, crenellations, ramparts, walkways, arrow slits, and a moat to nowhere all feature, and it's all colored the shades of the owner's cheesy imagination. Oranges, yellows, pale, nearly white with blue veins, and the waxy red of their lone successful product are all represented. It looks like it's one fire away from being a very tasty fondue. It sits on a chunk of fake mountainside that makes the whole thing look like somebody has uprooted a particularly toxic mushroom. The AI that runs the Emperor's New Clothes sneaks you in, past ornithopters and mechanical cockroaches the size of hover cars. to an airlock that gives access to an unguarded derelict storefront. Some wit has been busy with a laser engraver, and above the airlock has been carved the words, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here, for the pay is poor and the price is dear." You look through the shattered windows into a completely empty and broken cheese shop. What? I finally get to stop talking. Do you do?
Do we leave the ship and there's like atmosphere and gravity?
Oh yeah, like the
in front of this shop.
The full Star Wars, like you come in a spaceship and dock to something and then walk out like there's an atmosphere. Yes, this is space opera.
Snowball makes its way down the ramp, shotgun in hand. This has a small pouch on its side, and it's just labeled ammo. And it's clear, so you can see that every little shell, every cartridge is a different color. So he's got different things he can do.
The little GM part of my brain just went, shit. Specialized shot. Damn it. Okay, good. This will be fun.
Oh, I'm going to have some fun with it.
Oh.
So do we have a cover, or are we just, popping in?
Snowball's torso turns around as it keeps walking forward. What kind of cover do you expect the three of us to have that would be convincing?
Well, we could be like influencers or like a taste tester or something.
Turns around and ignores him.
Sakura, because you are an artiste of the street variety, you notice the ship made a very good choice. All the security cameras in this area have been painted over, like the lenses have all been painted. That part, the local artiste has done very well. The rest of their stuff is kind of questionable because they work in laser, so it's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, somebody has certainly been at the place with a laser. There's little images and stuff carved all over, little rude words carved all over the place.
She'll speak up. Hey, y'all, just be careful here. There might be other people, so we just want to keep like our heads around us. All right, yeah.
Shoot, shoot.
I think we should be fine if anyone steps to us. And he's gonna continue cautiously while dancing.
You're the only one that can hear that Euro beat. I know, I can hear it too. I'm starting to believe in your character. The three of you, Thunder escapes 7 very, very shortly. The three of you step into the room. Give me just a test each, unless you're particularly good at perceivifying stuff.
Not tracking it. Nope.
I suppose I have eyes everywhere. Does that count?
That's like a guy? Is that one?
No, I have literal eyes everywhere.
Okay.
I'll just do a regular roll.
No,
I
no.
cheese it so
I like
early.
that. No, cheese it early. Cheese it. This is all about the cheese. There you go. Good thing you did, because that would have been horrible if you'd only rolled 2. 2 ones would have been bad. But yes, you all see it through the wreckage of this shop. At the back, there's a door, but a framework has been built over it, a very heavy carbon fiber and steel, and in front of it there's 4 boxes affixed, and above it the laser artiste has been added again, and it says on the wall, "Whichsoever one of these is not the one that's a real cheese." And as you get a little closer, you can see carved into the 4 panels are Drunken Hooligan, Stinking Bishop, Acapella, and Dirt Lover. They're like little fridges.
Sorry, you said acapella, dirt lover. What were the first 2?
Stinking Bishop and Drunken Hooligan. And if you're googling, if you're googling them, I'm disappointed.
No, I'm writing them down on my handy dandy notepad.
I know, but I could not resist. So, those are your choices.
Well, we know that Dirt Lover is one because they mentioned it earlier. So that one's Stinking Bishop sounds like a shot, to be honest. But
The only one that doesn't is acapella.
yeah, that's in the that's just singing.
And the question was what again? Would you mind just repeating
The
it?
carving is, whichsoever one of these is not the name of our real cheese.
It might be acapella, I suppose.
Snowball's gonna open the acapella fridge.
So you walk over and pop the door. Give me a save. Unless if you're dexterous, yeah, just a test. Unless you're dexterous and can give me a reason why it should be an advantage.
No.
Ooh, 2 successes. Yeah, you open the door. You release the tension on the doorknob, and it just jumps in your hand, and you have time to step out of the way. And just this huge, vibrant cord comes out. Bah! And right where you were standing, right behind it, part of the wall shakes down and glass breaks, and even busted up chair in the corner gets even more busted up.
D flat.
And then you hear a voice from inside.
Noting the note.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, D flat. You were almost A flat. But from inside, you hear a recorded voice say, "Wrong. They also make pianoforte, piccato, and metronome. Try again."
So these are just different brands. So we could be Dirt Lover. We heard something that was kind of similar to Dirt Lover, but I'm not sure if it's identical. I like to give my I like to give a sniff check to see if there's any of these that doesn't have a cheese behind them.
Okay, absolutely. Do a test. Please don't tell me you have a skill called Big Nose. Oh wow, never mind. You sniff. There's the first one. Drunken Hooligan smells like wine. The Stinking Bishop smells like brandy, and Dirt Lover smells vaguely like milk. There's cheese in all 3 of them. Well, speaking of which, there is a tiny chunk of acapella cheese in the fridge that you opened too.
Oh.
But right before Jurgen goes to open or smell the doors, Sakura's just gonna try the door.
As you reach for the door, you hear behind you, "Finally, someone who's got some fucking sense in their head." And you turn around, and standing in the corner in the full rainbow, red and orange hat, yellow shirt, blue jacket, purple pant, or blue pants, purple, the rainbow, you know him. Standing in the corner with a sandwich in his hand is just a bun with horrible square sliced cheese in his hand. He looks at you and says, "How come it's always the one who don't look so socially acceptable, who make the right decision? Just open the fucking door, I'm eating a sandwich. Don't worry, there's no cheese in this, it's okay." I don't know how they managed to put 4 cases of beer in 1 sliced cheese, but I like it a lot, So, and you just open the door.
Yeah.
Nothing more happens. It was not. There were 4 traps, and they weren't attached to the door. You open the door, and you have survived
That's a little
the
strange.
Death Cheese Shop.
As they're walking, it's like, "Why did I open a door? I don't even eat."
And you just like parts of you were still ringing from the sound. The other ones were going to spray you with stuff. So yeah, high velocity wine, high velocity brandy, and sheep's milk, because that's what Dirt Lover is made out of. Yeah,
Oh,
they're-
great.
They're all real cheeses. So yeah, you picked the only one that wasn't going to leave you soaked for the rest of the game, smelling of a liquid. So lucky start. Behind the Death Cheese Shop, there can be only one thing because you never get out of the Death Cheese Shop. Ever. You never get out alive. So behind it must be the Death Storage Room of Cheesy Comestibles. It is a dark chamber, open, but filled with rack after rack of stale, foul cheeses, funguses growing off of them and down the shelving units. Enormous mice the size of sheepdog can be seen grazing in the distance on some of these cheeses. There's noises and crunching and an environment in this room. So much so that there's kind of a milky fog that fills the space. So you can't see anything that's away from you.
In this gothic
Oh my
horror
God.
like setting, is there sconces on the walls or anything to like add to the aesthetic?
There are sconces on the walls, but and as you look at them, there's small switches on them that can be flipped. And one
I'm
of them,
going to set them on fire just
Okay.
just to add a little bit of ambiance.
Well, that's very cool because they were already full of cheese. So you have created a room full of fondue pots, flaming fondue pots. There's now oh, the smell, oh, all the different cheeses. Oh, the mist is getting considerably thicker, and some of chat are heading for something to eat. Cheesy Gee looks in behind you and says, that don't look good. You guys go first, eh?
Sakura's gonna pull back up her mask, goggles. All right, you don't start a few rebellions by being coward here, and she just walks in.
You walk through the door. Give me a save. Are you evadey in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So yes, in that case, I will give you advantage. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work, but it works for me. You can have advantage on your save.
So I roll 3d6.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just barely. You step in bravely, haha, and you just sort of feel something coming, and you just move your head back and right past the end of your nose at a bazillion miles an hour, but somehow you can read the label, and it says Cheese Whizzies. And the rocket-powered can of not quite cheese flies past you and smashes on the wall next to you, oozing glass, a metal lid, and cheese ooze down the wall.
She'll turn back. All right, y'all, be careful now. This room seems to be trapped.
And you're the only one that's currently in the room. Do you make room for the rest of them to come in? By moving
Yeah,
deeper
I'll be
in?
a little bit more cautious.
Okay. Okay. Give me another save. I'm not going to tell you what this one's for. Oh, I guess I kind of... Do you have anything that would be... If we were playing D&D, this would be a Constitution save.
Well, wait a moment, Sakura. Give me a moment. He's going to turn to Gear and he's going to look up at him and he's going to say, I'd like you to go first because you know what? If you don't go first, I'll kill you. And his face like splits open
Yeah.
into like this just maw of teeth and viscera,
Yeah.
and I'm going to attempt to intimidate him.
Okay. Go ahead and, yep, give me the roll.
All right.
1. Okay. Let me see how I
It's fine. You can just be
Oh,
a little sheepdog.
I didn't. Son of a bitch. 2 and 1. Oh, man, that's bad. He looks down at you, says, okay, woof, and just turns around and walks straight into the room. One of the cheesy things starts coming. No, he rolled a 4. I should put my glasses back on. Hits him right in the side of the head. He takes a point of damage. He just bends down and picks his hat back up and rubs the cheese off the side of his head, puts his hat back on, turns around, looks at you and says, I said woof, eh? And turns around and keeps walking.
That's right. Keep walking forward.
No, he's got to make a test too. He made it. Oh, no, he didn't. 4 and a 2.
You're gonna kill off your own character.
No. Oh no, it's much worse than that. As he's walking forward, he starts going, "Oh fuck, they're everywhere!"
Oh, he's hallucinating.
Yep, big time. He's being attacked by cheese whizzes. If you listen, there's hundreds, thousands of them. Whatever, as many as he's slapping out of the air. It's like, I keep killing them. There's more, there's more, there's more. Cheese it, everybody, cheese it. I was hoping not to say that soon, but fuck it, go away.
Snowball just walks in as if nothing happens.
Okay.
Because
Give me a save.
the clank save
The cheese it. Yep. Shatters
Yeah,
on the wall.
goes through the hologram.
Yeah, right through the head. Smash. One eyebrow goes. And then
Just
Jurgen.
wobbles for a bit.
Yeah. Jurgen, you step into the room.
Yeah, I suppose he's just gonna focus and keep an eye out to try and avoid any of these.
Yep, I'll give you, because you're the
Quizzes.
first one that said that, I'll give you advantage on it. You're like, yep, you managed to deke one, so you go, ha, smash, and then you step into the room. I need saves from both of you, please.
I do not breathe.
You do not breathe, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Does my existence require oxygen?
No, technically it does not. No, never mind.
So what do I roll? Just roll another test?
Yep, just roll another test.
You have a bandana, so if it's COVID, you have advantage.
COVID 1900. It's
Good.
been a long time. Standard test. Yes, you've made it. You smell a smell, but I mean you're used to sniffing paint, so yeah, it doesn't affect you.
She's got no
The only
no
person,
angry nerves left. It's all
the only
spray
person
paint.
caught in the hallucinogenic mist coming off of an ancient Egyptian cheese is me. You walk further into this room. Guy is useless. Gruyere, to give his full name in this one, is absolutely useless. He's trying to roll his Parmesan on his face. He's lost his shit. Go.
No, Ball, can you take care of that poor gentleman?
Must I?
Please. I'm a little short here.
Fine.
Thank
Grabs him by the heel and just sort of drags him.
Pull him back. As soon as you touch him, he spins around, looks at you, and says, "Oh, many beers. The only answer, many beers. Ah, fuck, they're everywhere. Ah, ah."
I'm gonna try and find a door.
Okay, you wander off and look for a door. You're the first one to move away. Give me another save.
Oh,
Turns out there was 5 of them. Fling! Yeah, you just you saw it coming miles away. This one hits a rack though, like it misses you and shatters on a rack, and the rack starts that little metal leg folds, and you see it start to tip and bend because there's tons of cheese on it, and it's
I
directly.
think so. We're gonna be playing dominoes soon. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, you yell this back to the others, or you just say that to yourself and run.
I whisper it.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm not a very loud boy. I'm just
Okay.
a quiet boy.
So in that case,
A little shy.
I need do you hear it checks from the other two. I like this. I just give you a check, and that way I don't have to know what your skills are, and you can
Oh,
just tell me if
no.
you think you should have advantage for any reason. So yeah, no ball, not a chance. Sakura, you hear that. You look up, and right above the two of you, No Ball and Sakura, this tons of molded cheese and the whole ecosystem that goes with it is falling towards you.
Yeah, she'll say it loud enough. No, Ball, I think we got an issue here. We gotta get moving.
Snowball grabs Guy by the collar and just starts to drag him.
I'm going to give myself a save to see. I know what he would do if he makes the save. Nope. 4 and a 3. You're pulling on him and say, they got me. They got me. He's completely lost his accent, apparently. Oh, my God, they got me. They got me by my ass, right in the fingers. No. Those are the fingers I used to drink. Put me down, eh?
Fireman's carry.
Oh.
I don't know why we're bringing him unless it's for, just kind of cannon fodder.
I was asked.
I figured he might be like a good canary in the cage type of thing.
Oh no,
But
there's
how good
canaries
is
in
a
here
canary?
too. Shit.
How good is a canary if it's always screaming?
Well, exactly. Once it stops screaming, you know you're in danger.
I can make it stop screaming.
Is that how birds work? Okay. And he's gonna try and find the door.
On your back, Noble, you hear, all I need is beer. Dun, da, 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 da. All I need is beer.
I'm okay.
And a charcuterie board, apparently. But mostly
Meat
beer.
bags.
I'm surprised you can see them from where you are, but hey, have a look if you want, eh? Somebody paid for you to be here. Fuck you.
Where
all.
is the door?
I'm trying to look for it, but I only have little legs. It's hard to get around.
I can absolutely see how he's put off by Jurgen completely. You're like, he can't treat you like he treats everybody else because you're just little. You start rushing forward, I guess, try to get out of here. I know how we're gonna do this. Give me percepti kind of checks again. Perceptibles
For all of us?
for all of you.
Thank you.
I just wanted you to feel at home.
Oh,
Oh, look at
Too
that.
distracted by the meat bag.
I'd love it. A complete miss, a success, and a critical fail. You don't smell, so it makes sense that you have. Yeah, I mean, you stink, but you don't smell. But
can it hit Gree instead?
can it be? So Noble, you hear. Critical fail. You hear behind you something sneaking up on you. Absolutely, categorically, no questions asked. Something is sneaking up behind you.
The torso spins around, so Guy just kind of like spins around with
Oh
him.
shit! Oh, hey, look, cheese, eh? Who'd have thought? Eh?
What does Snowball see?
Absolutely nothing. There's nothing there.
You are distracting me, meat bag.
Yeah, that's
Stop.
kind of my thing, eh? You're the one who keeps looking at my ass.
Static.
Oh wait, that vibrates good, eh? Don't stop. Make some more static for me, eh?
Abruptly stops.
Literally a buzzkill. Okay, I'll shut up now. Jurgen practically charges forward. You didn't hear anything? No. So you're looking for the door still. Sakura, of course. You hear a voice so old. It's like old like your mom. You know, like old, right? Like ancient old, millions of years old like your mom. You hear, I hate that meat bag, and I think I like that metal one. And then from the other corner of the room, you hear, fuck, it's that cheese again. That fucking cheese is coming to get me. Oh, come on. Oh, no, it's the cheese. Oh, shit. Where's my paycheck?
She'll take out her can and start shaking it.
Response to a possible attack. Oh, it's 3744, but it still goes because it's still got the beads in it. Yeah.
And saying it just loud enough for Jurgen and Nobal to hear. Hey, y'all, I think we got ourselves some company.
Then I'm going to
balls.
reposition myself, and I'm going to see if I can notice any sightlines on some baddies.
Watching to see what comes. Yep. Okay. Noble.
I start checking corners and looking for tracks because his target acquisition matrix is lit up.
Sure. Okay. So the two of you start looking. Jurgen, you see first. There's an adult human cringing in the corner under a metal table. But their hair has grown down to here, and they've got a beard out to here, and their clothes are filthy, and their fingernails are that long, and they just look like they've gone completely feral. All around them, the rinds of various kinds of cheese. They've been squeezing liquid out of cheese into a cheese rind for water source. Let's just say their eyes ain't pointing in the same direction. They're wearing a uniform of the cheese company, and it says, "Hello, my name is," and the blank is blank. And they look up. They just look up at you and say, "You're not a cheese. You're not a cheese. You're not a definitely not a cheese."
Aren't you just a little poor unfortunate soul? Do you want to come with me? Apparently we're picking up stragglers.
I thought I was immune to the hallucinogenics. This is weird.
Is there anyone right
shit.
next to me? Any of my compatriots?
You're close, yeah.
Oh, okay, I won't do anything weird then. Oh, just come on out. It's fine.
So
I'm real.
So you start trying to convince them that you're real. Like the least convincing thing you could say to somebody to convince them that they're not, that you're not a hallucination. No, I'm real. Yeah, that's exactly what a hallucination would say. At the same,
As he's just dancing.
yeah, as he's just dancing to music that no one can hear. At the same time, Snowball, you look in the other direction, and you almost miss it. There's a huge cheese on a shelf, an old Parmesan with that like burlap cover on it. But the burlap's so old, it's made out of hemp. Like, it's not even burlap. And it slowly, like, inchworms itself to the edge of the shelf that it's on. And you see a little tiny hole crack form in the shell. And you hear... and it spits, quite clearly spits, and you watch the spit, and it just misses the store clerk. "I hate you and I'll kill you in just a second."
Said that to me?
Yeah, no, he said it to you, but about the clerk. The clerk and this cheese are they're at war with each other. So, all three of you now are aware of this. That's all between you and the far door. What do you do?
Do we need some conflict resolution? Because I can start cooking things up.
In a room full of cheese, that is definitely a possibility.
I mean, I think this fella's a few chord. Bleh. I mean, his accent's tripping me up. But well, I mean, I think this.
That's
that
not easy for you to
strange-
say. No, that's not easy for you to say. No, not even a little bit. Try again, okay?
I mean, that strange guy over under the table.
I'm right
he
here,
has a
right here in
cord
front of
shirt.
you. Sorry, I just decided he's Rain Man.
So what, like, you up there that's spitting down at this little boy down here, like, what's your deal with him? And then boy down here, what's your deal with man up there?
I am Bidostorica. This is my space. It's my pyramid.
Okay, and then, like, you down here, like, do you have claim to this pyramid or whatever?
I'm waiting for my final check. No, waiting for my final check. Been here 3.5 years waiting for my final check.
How much is owed to you in back pay?
Oh, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3.5 years. They owe me 1.7 million credits. 1.7.21, 1.7.2, 1.7.3.
I thought I saw that in, like, the, what was it? It was like a fridge, like in the other room over there.
That, and it's also the natural debt of Peru.
I thought we weren't going to get political. Okay. And he's gonna just walk past. I don't really think that we need to solve other people's problems. I think we just need to do the thing that we came here to do, as long as these people are too cuckoo bananas to get out. Like,
Can
not really our jargon.
Can anybody else see the hermit and the talking cheese, or that's just me, eh?
No, they're all there.
Ah, fuck, it
I'll
must
get
have
this
worn off just like your accent, eh? Whew. Okay, I can stand now. And he tries to shake himself out of no balls.
No ball just drops him.
Yeah, you're lucky you're cute, eh? Stands up and starts to walk forward.
Let's just find that door now, y'all.
So you start heading for the final door, and yes, as you do so, the cheese is spitting more of its internal liquids at the clerk, while the clerk throws paperweights and cheese rinds and other things at the back. It's going to go on until they're both dead. But that's not your problem. You literally just walk through the middle of it. It's like spit, fling, and you just time your walk through. I'm not even going to make you roll. It's easy.
Jurgen, as he leaves, is going to definitely, before he closes the door, just send a fireball into the center of that room. Just don't want to leave witnesses, and then just pops a fireball in there, closes the door, breaks the key in the lock.
The camera does that thing like they used to do in the 50s, where it would pass through the wall into the other room. The fireball goes off, and every piece of cheese in this place starts to melt and run down. Some of it catches fire. The two don't even notice. They start to spit and throw hurling chunks of burning cheese at each other while they're both being mutually destroyed by the flames. It's absolute mayhem. The fondue is 6 feet deep in some places. The whole thing's on fire. It's sucking the air out of the rooms around it. But none of that is your problem because you broke off the key.
That last room feels like a metaphor, but like a little bit more depressing than your usual metaphor. I don't know what it's about. What room is this? This is new and cool.
It was a meta 3.5. House of Wax and Raiders. Yes. Yeah, if the Raiders scene had happened at Lady Madame Tussauds House of Wax. Yes, that. Except with cheese.
With cheese.
The three of you turn away from the conflagration. The door behind you, it's a metal door, slowly discoloring from the heat. That rainbow thing that starts in the center and just starts to spread. Cheese burns
Smells
hot.
like nachos.
You find yourselves... It smells like nachos, yes. But you find yourselves now in the dining room of death, because you never, ever get out of the death house. An ancient trestle table in front of you groans under the weight of all the food on it. It's a feast, and every dish contains or features cheese. At the end of the table, a hologram appears in a throne-like chair. Straw von Cheese Sandwich, of the Sandwich Island sandwiches, is extremely pale. His skin is faint yellow and so thin you can clearly see the blue veins underneath. He's obviously Gorgonzolan. He is a portly man who shows every one of his hundreds, if not thousands of years. So it's not a good look when you see that he's wearing a red latex onesie. His pale hair and complexion match the tabs at the throat and the nape of the neck that seem to connect, almost like you could undress him, like unwrapping a baby bell. The image, a hard-light hologram, gestures towards the food and speaks. Do help yourselves. I assure you it's safe. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead already. I'd like to tell you my side of the story, if I may.
Is that him? Is that the king, the literal icon? You look so good. Look at your outfit. Oh, and he's gonna like prance up and like look. Is this all one piece? Like, how do you get in and out of this? Oh, is that cheese strudel? And he's gonna sit down. He's just gonna start eating.
It's wax and latex combined, referring to the suit.
Waytex.
Waytex. I missed that. Damn it. Oh, I got so many, but I missed that one. So yes, with that, he has a glass of wine in one hand, and if you've ever looked really close at the picture of Strahd sitting in his chair, I ran it during the credits at the start, and it's actually on screen right now for everybody in Twitch. You tell me that's not a glass of wine and a slice of cheese. And I mean, like, it's a plastic, like, sliced
Either
cheese that goes on a burger. You tell me.
Or it's a really big graham cracker.
Yes. Yep. That is, I didn't have to retouch that part. I will admit to adding the charcuterie board, the pizza box, or the pizza that I don't think you can see in that image, and the space helmet. But yeah, that cheese slice is
absolutely
already
a big ass slice of cheese.
there. Yeah. So, he says, I'd like to tell you my side of the story if I may. And then waits for permission.
No balls, again, checking corners, kind of ignoring the fat hologram meat bag in case that this is just a distraction.
Sakura will sit down and do the ladylike thing, and I mean, you can go ahead. It just depends if we're actually going to listen to you.
Unlikely.
See, like, I know he wouldn't.
Look at this shade that you're all throwing. Just pop off, King. Just go do it. Do your thing. Like, I know you've been waiting for like 30 minutes at least. Just like, I can't wait for them to walk through the door. Like, I hope the food doesn't get cold. It was surprisingly warm, by the way. Just go. Sorry, I'll stop.
I've been waiting close to 300 years for this moment, but I didn't expect it would be like this. Rennet, the wine, pardon my manners. And Rennet, his assistant, flows into the room, oozes through the door, like Kramer, but without the jerkiness. They're just kind of, they're in. They are sweating profusely from every visible surface. It's running onto their butler's uniform, which is melting and reconstituting itself into a congealed mass of grayness that is spreading from the neck, the wrists, the ankles, and the waistline. Slowly but perceptively. The wine, Chief Executive Officer. And they present a silver tray with priceless dusty bottles of dark, thick red wine. He turns to you and says, our house brand, a take on the ancient earth vintages known as Bull's Blood. Ours was called an excellent red wine that pairs well with strongly flavored cheeses. It didn't sell well. They place the tray on the table, and as they take their fingers back, silver from the tray is melted onto their white gloves. They take the glove off, and they open their hands, and there's silver lace in their hands. At the risk of sounding old-fashioned, madam, and he offers it as a present to Sakura.
Sakura will take it to be nice, and look at it, and just kind of place it back down, because she does not trust it at all.
Okay. You just set it on the table. I must take my leave. And he oozes back out of the room. Do you know what it's like to have a passion and no one to pass it on to?
Yeah.
My children, their children and their children, all just want to live the life. By the ancient gods that never existed, 3 members of the current board of this company are lactose intolerant. I'm just waiting to see if you do anything.
No balls, just sort of like tromping along, checking things. Doesn't care about
Jurgen
cheese.
is enraptured between bites.
Yep.
And Sakura's sitting listening, but you can hear her. She's just shaking her can.
Getting ready to paint. All right. Paneer, Pafar, clean the table. They run in. Paneer runs right up to the table and starts grabbing stuff. They're kind of a pasty, pale, sort of nondescript, cheesy-looking person. Pafar stays over by the door at the other end of the room, and Paneer throws stuff to Pafar as they clean the door. That's a Grover throwaway line there to go along with the cheese pun. Paneer and Pafar clear the room. I have a character I want to base on that. But yes, they clear the room, and Gruyere pipes up and interrupts Straw altogether and says, so yeah, okay, family trouble is for sure. Yeah, you killed those guys or what, eh? You put poison in there or what, for sure? He says, of course I did. I hate puns.
As Snowball just sort of watches the two, he's like, I hate puns.
Yeah.
Near, far.
Yeah. Rennet is the substance that they use to bond things together to make cheese. Yeah, everything in this place is a pun, and yet he hates them. This is why he's so miserable.
I'm sorry, did you just cop to a crime that you committed?
Anyway, I'm getting bored. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Oh, I remember. Fuck off or fight, your choice. And he disappears. Behind him, double doors
Is there anything in the
open
room
up.
to fight? Ooh. Well, I think we just got our confession.
The evening's festivities shall continue in the cheese board room. Grand double doors open, and the hollow disappears from the end of the table.
Finally, I thought he would never shut up.
Oh, speaking of never shut up, I never thought these guys would show up for sure. Hey, Colby and Chad, come in here for sure, eh? And these two moron-looking idiots. Like, the smart one's got his shirt buttoned wrong. The other one had to wear a pull-on shirt because he couldn't possibly button one himself. You can tell because he's got his pull-on shoes on the wrong feet. Colby Jack and Chad R., the village idiots who think they're brilliant, have arrived. So they come rushing in. Hey, Gruyere, that's good to see you, man. We know what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat our way out of this. Eat. And they start like high-fiving each other and chest bumping, and they start just gnawing on the walls, which are not made of cheese.
Static.
Oh, I heard of you. And they point to No Ball and they say, oh, is it? You do it. No, you do it. No, you do it. No, you do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. Okay, you do it. Okay. Meatbag! Ha!
Do they even qualify as intelligent life?
No fucking way, for sure. No way. They don't get to hang around me if they think for them own selves, eh? Pepperjack is Colby's sister.
Well, I'm stuffed, so I think we should just go roll into the next room and get this night over with.
Finally, you said something that made sense.
Oh, are we becoming friends?
No.
Am I filling up your friendship meter? Are you going to remember that for later? Is this
Unlikely.
Paragon or Renegade option? Let's go! And he's just like walking in circles around Snowball until Snowball starts moving to the other room. I'll keep hyping you up if you don't move.
Static starts moving.
Sakura, you had the can out. What are you doing?
Sakura's basically moving forward, and while she does, just along the wall, just continue to spray.
Yeah. Yep. It's
Just
coming out.
changing it between colors and looks and everything.
You said it to plaid. Do a Canadian motif in plaid. Yeah. So yes, you paint your way through the priceless castle fortress of Straw Von Cheese Sandwich and up to the doors. It's only when you get to the doors you notice through the pale yellow glow that they're almost full of a pale, faint, glorious yellow. It's very dry and crumbly. but there's a hole in it about this big that looks like a tube. The only way in is to crawl. It is definitely, as you get close, and yep, that's Swiss cheese.
I think that we might be able to like clear a path so Noble doesn't have to demean himself by getting on his knees. Sakura, do you have any ideas?
You see Noble's torso just start to compress and his knees compress, and he's now 3 feet tall.
And
But
you're
But
here,
we could
torso
do this
just-
with teamwork, but if you want to solve it on your own,
Jurgen,
sure.
at the word teamwork, you get picked up on one under each armpit by the brothers, Colby and the other one. And they rush forward, bearing you forward, screaming, "Eat, eat, eat, eat!" And they just face plant into the cheese and start to eat the tunnel bigger.
I so didn't give consent to this. Can I resist?
You absolutely can resist.
Okay.
Yep.
Get off me,
So
boys.
you just slide out from between them, and the two of them, they dismiss the grab and just keep going. Like as soon as it's out of sight, out of mind. As soon as you're gone, they're just So the two of them are now eating the hole the size bigger.
If I wasn't on a job, I would have committed a crime right there. Okay, so are they clearing away? We should get going.
They're expanding the tube so that you can walk. They fairly quickly eat their way into a giant bubble. I mean, huge. It's like 50 feet across. It's Swiss cheese, and you're in the cheese boardroom. And the chamber is one giant bubble with an ugly linoleum floor. Because, I mean, the bubble's round at the bottom. That would be really annoying. So it's got an ugly linoleum floor. You can see right beside you, it's peeling. And there's an older wooden floor underneath. But that was all rotting and getting fungus covered. Because you can't have wood inside a cheese. Don't be stupid. You're going to get a fungus on it. But there are 7 smaller bubbles sort of evenly spaced around the room. And these are clearly seats. And each one of these holes is surrounded by a set of complex manipulator arms that you can see would reach all the way to the central table. Like I said, this room's 50 feet across, and in the middle is a table that's 10 feet across. With all these long arms that can reach out to it. Tablets, hollow screens, and terminals all sit powered down on the center table. One of the chair holes is slightly bigger than the other, and slightly higher, too. In it, you see an older, even less handsome version of the hollow in the dining room. So nice of you to join us this evening. Perhaps some combat music from my G-string quartet. And as he gestures out of another bubble, step 4 ukulele players. And they start.
All right, let's have a hoedown.
And finally, I've been waiting the whole night. Jurgen finally has something to dance to. This is it. This is the time. Let's do some initiative, please. Just roll them and tell me what it is. I'm going to do it on paper. And I'm going to turn this down slightly. It's a little too low.
I got an 8, yeah.
How do I roll?
Oops, it's too low.
It's
That.
just 2d6.
Oh,
Or it's right up at the top of your
Or
sheet.
it's, yeah, up the top.
It's Jurgen, it's Noble. What did you get?
oh, I got a 6.
A 6. I haven't got the screen on right now. And let's see how my man does. Yeah, most useless. Whoops, that's only 1. There's the second one. Way down at the bottom. Guys, rolling poorly. 4. So you all get to go first before a straw. So, the band strikes up the classic cheese string orchestra. No balls. No balls. Oops, I pluralized that.
I heard that.
That's because I've been drinking all night and I can see 2 of you. I should have said that as Guy. Gruyere in the background, yes. Oh, shit, I didn't roll for Gruyere. Hang on. Perfect. All right. No ball, what do you do? He's sitting in
All
his
right.
little bubble.
Sitting in his little bubble. He's going to
Loop. Go.
go for his. He's just gonna focus and then fire a. What color am I gonna use? We'll say it's a red one. It's just buckshot today.
Okay.
This time. So So he pulls out he's got the Helsing and Belmont Vampire Killer,
Okay.
and he hits. Good thing he hits.
Yep.
For,
You fire away. Cheese everywhere. Cheese and gunpowder is a weird smell. But yeah, pellets in all the cheese. This is absolutely no longer restaurant-worthy cheese. But caught in that blast and in his hole, you can see the shot driving into him.
Re-swist.
And he ripples. Jurgen.
All right, so I'm going to start off my initiative. We just have this one bad boy, or we also have the band that we have to deal with.
No, the band is not fighting.
Okay.
That's
And
a
he
yeah.
is, I don't know exactly the distance away, but I guess I'll just give it a little shot. I'm going to send some fire at this bad boy at disadvantage to see if I can hit him.
Okay.
Ooh,
You still do?
that's 2
Absolutely.
points of damage to you, bad boy.
Oh my goodness.
And then at the same point of my turn, I just donated $20. So I would like
Yeah.
Van Ragstone, the famous cheese vampire hunter, and his accomplice Esmeralda. I couldn't come up with a good joke for that one.
The cheese hunter. Yes.
And then for my second action, I'd just like to give him a little bio-organ shock at a
Okay.
regular test.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you
Tried to tickle him at a distance and it didn't work.
didn't you roll a 4 and a 1? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that one he resists. But he only resists it because it's hard to see because he's in a burning fireball of cheese over here. Like the entire bubble that he's sitting in is just a roiling mass of flames. And okay. Okay. Bubbles open all around the place. You guys all freaking waited till now. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Bubbles open all around the
left.
room, and out of them, people fall from everywhere. A half wolf, half person drops in wearing a fur coat made of what looks like their cousin. Drops in and hits the floor. Turns and looks at the vampire, and just rages out and slams into it, pulling them out of the fire and throwing them onto the floor in front of you. Van Ragstone and Esmeralda leap out of another bubble, look at him and look at you and go, "It's not a vampire."
Yeah, but he like sucks all the fun out of the room, so do you think you could do me a solid?
Look at you. They say,
Come on, we've like been through so much. Like just
yeah, I know,
just this one
I know,
time.
we bought you those shorts. Okay, we owe you. And they have a shot each. Go ahead and roll once for each of them.
Okay, sounds good. Just a regular test for both of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Van Ragstone, you're old.
Yeah.
And Esmeralda just
Esmeralda's the one that does all the work.
Yeah. I just got my
yeah.
nails done. Just trying to zap them from a distance.
you go. Girl power is what he says to Esmeralda. She just stabs him with a rapier.
Iticus and Pickford. Shit, they're all over. I should have known it was Sunday. Another bubble opens.
Except for Zolfan.
Yeah, it's Sunday, right? I just want to make sure I got everybody. Okay, Iticus and Bickford. Yes. So another bubble pops open. Another 3 foot tall. Those of you that are taller than that must be feeling like a freak, no ball. It's like you're the only person in the room other than Straw who's more than 3 feet tall, because now there's a tiny metal wooden hybrid goblin with a bow and arrow, covered in the gore of their previous victims because nobody has ever prestidigitated Iticus. And behind them, as Iticus roars into the room, looks at the vampire and goes, and draws back their bow to deliver a vicious shot. Out from the same bubble behind them, a half-balding, burnt, scarred bugbear who looks 1,000 years old, like he hasn't slept since August, leaps out of the hole and goes, "Iticus, Iticus, 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 stop, just stop and think." Yep, that's all of them, I think that's everybody. So, oh yeah, Gruyere. In the back goes, "What a shit, I'm hardly necessary here. That's good, finally it's not even my turn yet, I shut up, go." That was
Jurgen.
that was still only Jurgen. Yes, I stopped 3 times. Sakura, go. Sakura?
Oh,
It's
me.
you. Yeah. I know. Lots of characters in one weekend.
Yeah. So she's gonna switch her can.
Yep.
To. Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
To like a freezing spray.
Okay. Yeah.
And like shake it up and just start spraying at a cheese sandwich.
Just
the
run
name I
cheese
can't remember.
sandwich. Absolutely. Give us a shot.
Okay. So is
Oh,
this-
it's better than that, Eddie. It's actually $20 away because there's 50 phantom dollars in there, so we're actually at 480. So $20. 2 more characters. Put them in on me. I don't care. I know I went a minute ago, but I'm shut up now. $20. Let's do this. 2 more. Yep. You freeze that whole section of the room. Yeah. It just covers them in ice. And a couple seconds later, you hear, ow! And then the ice shatters off of them like a statue falling away. And it starts taking away big chunks of the skin. And underneath, you can see that wasn't veins. They're actually made out of cheese. Idiocus fires away. Plang! And then looks down at their bow, absolutely shocked. Because they missed. For the first time ever. Because I'm playing them, not you. That's what For the first time ever, there was not a
he misses
critical
all
hit
the time.
at a critical moment in the campaign. Beowulf and Bigford are now chasing Idiocus around as Idiocus rapidly reloads. No, I missed. I can get him. I know that's not the right voice, but it's just... You look behind. Oh, it's still not his turn. And anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Straw finally gets a turn. Holy crap! On his first turn, he is a amazing creature. He actually gets 3 actions around instead of 2 because I knew this was going to happen. The first thing he does is reaches into, weirdly, into this one-piece onesie he's wearing that's absolutely like form-fitting, but he manages to pull out 3 kind of pale yellow grenades. Even from this distance, you can smell them. They're Limburger grenades, and he just hurls one in your general direction. Everybody, give me a save. Okay. Sakura, was that your save? The 5 and 1?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a save. No ball made the save, and Eddie, or sorry,
Did not.
Jurgen
you made
failed.
that 3 and a 2. Okay, so yeah, the grenade goes off. There's Limburger cheese, like near molten hot Limburger cheese, just sprays out. 2 of you duck. Unfortunately, it would have affected you. It would have meant you had to change your dance moves, so there's no way. You absolutely just took a Limburger grenade right in the chest. You're gonna just fall up right up under your chin. The smell is so foul and overwhelming that unless you can give me a reason why, you're at disadvantage until the start of Straw's next turn.
I don't need to breathe.
Shit.
It's just the smell.
Just,
I can hold my breath.
so yeah, you were breathing so you could talk, but oh, what a horrible decision! I'll turn this into a horrible decision. You can completely ignore this disadvantage if you choose not to speak, because you have to breathe to speak. So the next time Jurgen speaks, you're gonna have to immediately be at disadvantage. If you speak before the start of Straw's next turn. For his second act, he takes a step back. He's just gonna dance himself to death over there. He reaches into his pocket again and pulls out a bunch of small diamond-shaped forms about this big. They're 4-sided and they've got numbers all over them. And he hurls them on the floor. They're incredibly hard and you can hear them clatter. And somehow when they come to a stop on the floor, they're invisible. Cheese caltrops have been engaged. And for their final action in their first round, they pull out a perfectly functioning, normal-looking railgun and aim it at... Just looking at the room. Yeah. Yeah, Jurgen. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the target for sure. And he reaches out and fires a titanium and grilled halloumi alloy cheese projectile that by the firing process lights the cheesy bit on fire. So flaming titanium cheese bullet is heading in your direction. Give me a evade if you would.
That's just
That's
1d6?
1d6 unless you have a special.
Because he hit me already?
Or
no?
You just
Okay.
yeah.
Just,
I don't
just
roll, so-
disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
No. Yeah, you are smashed by this cheesy projectile. Oh, Jurgen. The melted cheese, like it's kind of a dark brown. It absolutely does not go with the outfit at all.
He's scarred deeper than the death of his sister.
Oh, who did I miss? I got scarred deeper than the death of his sister. I got the. Oh yes, they're still here. Absolutely solar. Yes. I'll get to them. Yes, right next here. So yes, your shot. That's the end of them. At that moment, oozing up through the floor, Rennet appears. This time in his true form. He's all but transparent. There's just a couple little thick spots inside of him. He reaches out to try and attack the other two of you. Give me saves. Give me evades. So 1d6 unless you're good at it.
Oh, 1d6?
Yeah, sorry.
Does this test or count as avoiding capture from the law?
Yes. Oh God, who am I missing? Oh shit. Okay, hang on. I gotta get Pete in here. I gotta get who else? The cheese golem. That's good. I still have Beowulf's here.
Gi and Miyoshi?
Gi is here. Yeah, Miyoshi is here. Oh, Miyoshi's the other. Okay, that's who else I missed. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, they could all go right after this. Rennet reaches out and slaps at Snowball and just hits you, and then reaches over and slaps at Sakura and hits, and there's just this kind of pulse, and the two hands just come together, and you guys are now stuck together. I need each of you to roll a 1d6, please. 5, no ball.
Yeah, 5.
5 versus 3. Snowball's right leg is stuck to Sakura's right arm. See, the two of you are so anything that requires like moving or two hands is all going to be at disadvantage right now.
Get off. Get off. Get off. Get off. As he's like shaking his leg.
I didn't ask for this.
Get off. Get off.
I did not consent to this either. Please let me go.
Okay. With that, oh my god. You hear more bubbles start popping open. And from one of them, a Canadian steps out. A Canadian in a Star Trek outfit. You can tell he's Canadian because he's got 2 24s of beer with him. Cordy as well. Holy shit. Okay. It's going to be the big finisher. Pete steps out and says, "Oh, geez, I heard you've been asking for beers for like hours now, eh?" And he just flicks with his fingers, and a 2-4 flies through the air towards Gruyere, who just catches it backhand and just... And by just flexing his fingers, he rips the plastic off, bends the cardboard in half, throws that in one direction. It lands in a recycling bin you hadn't even seen was there before. The 24 beer comes down. He shoves his hip out, 12 in that pocket, 12 in that pocket. He reaches his hands in, 2 in each hand, pop, pop. 4 cans, and pulls the friggin' Popeye. Everything just... And Super Monster Mad Force Gi appears. That's Pete. Okay. The cheese golem. Okay. At that moment, from behind Rennet, out of the wall, plastic peeling off of as it comes through, you hear, "I didn't give you permission to golemize me." And the cheese golems from the cheese shop upstairs, the Which one was this? A cheese golem? It's the jalapeno one, of course it is. All the jalapenos have turned into small bits of fire, which are melting holes in it. And as it's walking forward, you can hear it say, "Despite the holes, I am not Swiss." And it just reaches out and starts wrestling with Rennet. Beowulf is still here. They are in the process. Beowulf is fatherly enough. You're trying to put out the fire that is in the bubble where he started, because it's starting to spread and everybody's going to die. So that's what you're going to have to do. Guy is already here. We already did that one. Musashi and Cordy.
And a gorgonzola?
A gorgonzola. Oh, God. Okay. So, Cordy first. Yes. From all the arms around the room, all these things that used to reach out to the table, all come to light at once. Your sister, Noble, your head's sister, just your head's sister, walks through the wall, because hard light holograms in this instance for this game can just choose to ignore physical boundaries. Your sister Cordy walks through the wall, looks at you up and down and goes, "Still got all the metal, I see." And walks over and pulls a little thing out of her pocket and starts typing, and all the mechanics in the room start and extending towards the baddies.
Is this
this
lore?
Is all
We're experiencing
lore from different
lore?
games. All from different games.
You have to understand, all of my shit's connected.
Oh, not
Mr.
just yours.
Mr. Bones travels dimensions. It's all connected.
You also have a character named Mr. Bones?
Oh, there's a character named Mr. Bones.
You know, every one of these is a character in another game except for Gorgonzola. Mihoshi appears out of another... Actually, no, Mihoshi just appears because Mihoshi can teleport. That was one of the things about Mihoshi. They can be whatever they want to be. Just weirdly, for the first time, somebody outside their own story has seen Mihoshi. They're drawn. They're a graphic art character. That show was always a cartoon. You knew it. It was always a comic. It was always a graphic novel. So yes, an animated Mihoshi appears, and just... They're not here, but I'm going to do it anyway. Starts singing a little song and summoning a little friend. And eating their way through the floorboards comes an element of chaos. And Mihoshi and Frankie, that was his name, Frankie, start to mess with the wood in the middle of... They're ignoring everything around them. They're just playing "Oh Yeah, but" with a piece of material in the middle of the floor. They keep turning the floor into a castle, and this one makes a wave, and then this one makes a wall for the wave, and then this one makes a tunnel that goes under the wall, and the two of them are just messing with realities, because when you look real close, there's real little people and real little wars going on in the middle of the floor. And Mihoshi and Frankie are just having fun. They look around and say, "No, there's enough chaos here," and go back down. And all of this is animated in the middle of this very real cheese board room. In a burst of flames, coming to help. Why not? Coming to help, because it's about to be your guys' turn again. You're going to kill everybody. Bursting through the walls at his beck and call, a Gorgonzola. About 4.5 feet tall, because they're much bigger, they're much smaller than they look like on TV. You can see the zipper down the back, and you can see not the best version since 1989 stamped on the front. But it is a tiny Gorgonzola invading, comes with its tiny cheesy Tokyo that it's storming through as it enters into this battle on Strahd's side. Thank you, chat. I got to talk to myself for about 9 minutes. It's like a worst thing a DM's supposed to do, but oh, I feel better. Noble, stop me. Do two things.
Okay. Yeah. Noble is going to use his Xeno Hunter trait.
Yep.
He's going to.
Yeah, cheese is definitely a Xeno race.
Yeah. He's actually going to go for the golem, because I mean, I summoned it, so
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going
Okay.
to fight it. So what that does is I get disadvantage if it hits. I do 1 damage and I get another advantage on it. So I didn't, but I still get advantage on my attacks anyways. So
Double
I crit.
sixes. Oh wow. Well, I mean, this,
So it evens out.
it makes perfect sense. You fire the first time and miss. The second time you fire and hit. And you hit one of those little fire spots, those jalapenos that's in flames. And it was already starting to get like holes in it. It was already complaining about looking like Swiss cheese. I almost have to block out the corner of Zoom where he's dancing. It's killing me. But with that, you the second shot is perfect. You hit that and it explodes and it catches the next one, and it's just like pop, 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 pop. It's just a chain reaction, and he's soon covered in a red mesh of fire, and this entire cheesy golem starts to melt into the floor. Mihoshi and Frankie turn around and go, ooh, and just and suck it into their worlds. And now their liquids are actually made out of cheese. And there's little cheesy people fighting little non-other cheesy people. And yeah, they just take it away and have fun with it. No ball, that was you. Yeah, you absolutely melted it to the ground and won because you crit it. Jurgen. After many
All right,
summons.
so this is Eddie talking.
Okay.
Is Strahd,
Yes.
or Straw, sorry,
Yep.
in the same range or space as another enemy creature?
As Rennet, yes. Yep.
As
There's only
Rennet?
There's only
Okay.
the 2 of them left. Yeah.
So Jurgen is going to strut forward and then like point towards Straw, and then point towards like hit like he's gonna lick his finger and he's gonna make a tss, like, but not make a noise. And I'm going to use Conflagration. I make a test disadvantage. Everyone within arm's reach will take 3 damage if I'm successful.
Holy crap, okay.
Ooh,
missed.
do I have a reroll?
Oh, yes, there's about 30 of them, so yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
He's
Keep
like,
going.
just keeps like trying to do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
And it doesn't
it's like
work.
getting that dance move, right? But you just can't quite hit it. Just keep rolling. I want to see how many
It's
times you have
offbeat.
to Yes, you keep finishing
And
on
then
the
he
wrong
just
note.
goes for a
Nope.
3rd time and then
Oh,
doesn't
no.
do it. And then he's gonna waste 1 more, and then
Oh.
it's also gonna be a nothing. And
There's
he's
still
going...
like 20. Just keep going. This is a charity event.
All right, let's just.
Nope. There it
there
is.
we
Finally.
go.
So
And then finally he's gonna.
Oh.
So
it took so long.
I thought you were
that even the
supposed to be
house
good
music
at
you were
this.
listening to had moved on to a different song. Like that's how long that took, like 18 minutes.
very-
That's the average length of one of
serious.
those
It's a whole
songs.
house song.
Yeah.
for some reason, this
So-
one action took 18 minutes
Yeah.
as he. And like just like a small wave of fire emits and hits Straw and then hits
Yeah.
Renat. They each take 3 points of fire damage.
Well, this
I
is-
take 1 point of fire damage.
Okay. This is perfect.
And then-
Yeah. Okay.
And his next action, he's
Mm-hmm.
going to test to see if he can quicken everything. I don't know why I'm still doing this. Oh, and that's a fail of a test, so I
Oh.
lose that action, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you know, there's like 13 rerolls left. Up to you.
I'll use 1.
Okay, there you go.
All right, I didn't get it.
Nope.
And he's just gonna end his turn like this,
Yeah.
just dancing in front of him, waiting for Strahd's turn to start.
All I saw was like the high school talent contest, and the band's playing, and the singer steps up to the mic and can't do it, just like over and over and over. They just keep doing the first 4 bars over and over and over.
Plays the same 3
The
notes.
guitar player walks over and finally gives him an elbow. He has a little sneaky drink and then steps up to the front and starts to sing. Yeah, that's
On the inside of Jurgen's mind is just deep dread of just on you in front of your friends. They're not going to think you're cool after this. What would Grant think? And yeah, he's just deep trauma. This is his turn.
the fire burns, and in the burning you can see Strahd melting. Complete change of storyline. You hear "I'm melting" from inside as we move from one cheesy old show to another. There, I tied it back into the pun. He is, if left to his own devices, he will spend the rest of this turn candling into a puddle on the floor. But that still leaves Rennet oozing about the place. There's not much left of them, but there is some. Sakura.
Change my can again. Over to back to fire.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna let loose on anyone in front of her.
Absolutely. There's about 12 people in this room now. There's a party going on at the central table where they're all ignoring you. First of all, there's the two of them doing weird, like, whole worlds are now playing out in the center of this table. But around that, there's Guy and a bunch of other people drinking. There's endless beers. Pete has got the ability to reach into a backpack and pull out 2 4s at will, which he and Gruyere insist on calling cases. A case is a 2-4, not a 12, in Ontario at least. But there's just a bash going on. People are dancing, not as well as Jurgen, although some of them are getting the moves right the first time, you know. But but there's a bash going on over there, and it's like the United Nations of interspecies love going on over there. There are werewolves, there are warforged, there are humans, there are elves, there are everything you could imagine. From under the table, a small bush comes out under its own power, and about 20 quaints come out and start to dance behind Jurgen. That's another callback. They're little tiny birds about this big that are a hive mind, so they're all just behind you, like a mother bird and their chicks.
He now has backup dancers.
Yes, he does. Absolutely. He's got backup dancers. Folks, we are at $490. I know we're at $540, but $10 and we can fill the bar. Oh, we're right here in the final scene. There's like, Rennett's got 1 hit point left. So if we $10 and who else needs to be at that party in the middle of the table? What finishes that party? I know who it is. Somebody's got to make the $10 donation. I know who's coming. But with that, the cheese sweats. Yeah, no shit. They've been working me tonight, and I love every second of it.
Come on, one more. Someone can do it.
What do you do? Sakura, you just lit them up on fire? Or, yeah, no, what did you do with them? Sorry, again. You burned them.
She hasn't attacked yet.
But you haven't rolled.
No.
So, yeah.
I'm just going for, like, the people who are,
Oh, right, because I
attacking
was describing everybody that was here, right? So the people step out of the way, and then it's the only person left. There's a melting straw and Rennet, who's almost dead as well.
I just gave $10 to give anyone who wants to put in somebody in, do it. If you haven't gotten to, say who you want.
We fucking made it. Well, thank you. That's $5.50 actually, but that bar filled up. That just made my friggin' night. Thank you. I made this whole weekend worth it. Somebody fill that space. You got like 2 minutes. Somebody fill that space.
Yeah, you guys got anyone you want. Go ahead.
Who's the perfect person to put here?
The revolution isn't about me. It's about, and then just whoever, which character steps in.
Yeah, so she's gonna do
about
her
everything.
attack. Oh, shit.
Nice.
That's close enough. What was this? What this was fire?
Yeah.
This time? So you you go old school, like you pull out a lighter. Like, your thing will do it, but this is, I mean, this is the one, yeah. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You reach into your pocket to pull out a lighter, and instead there's a tiny little person, about this big, a tiny little hard light hologram, dressed in the prettiest little sundress you've ever seen. They got a glass of wine in one hand and a slice of cheese in the other. And they look at you and go, "Push my head."
All right, then. And she'll light it in.
Then you click, down goes the head, and out goes the flame. The flame of justice, the flame of retribution, the flame of anarchy. And you burn the final stump of straw down to the floor. He melts between the wooden cracks. Rennet goes to pieces, so to speak. And as he does so, the two of you fall apart where you were stuck together before. The band plays on. They start again, in fact. Perfect time. You guys are in a cheese board room with a ton of food and a ton of drink, and the bad guy's gone. And Cordelia reaches over and goes, "Oh, by the way," and does boop, 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 a quick hack and hits the button, and pages and pages of information start pouring out. As you listen to this lovely music, they only know one song, and they're not a very good band. But as they're playing away, Mahoshi eats straw. There we go. Oh, that's right, because Mahoshi does the giant mouth thing too. So just like one bombs it like a muppet. Thank you. That's perfect. Rennet's oozing into the floor. Frankie's stirring Rennet, which is causing Rennet to congeal. He's like, "Oh, almost alive. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, you're almost alive. Oh, no, you're not." Because Frankie was a bit of a dick. But with that happening in the background, the party in full swing, you find out what actually happened. Straw was nuts from repeated cloning and the god complex, to say the least. You find proof in the records, 24 clones, each a little less stable than the one before, are in his history. Rennet was a construct, a nano AI that self-programmed and was never registered or surveilled, so heavily illegal. The records show that the two of them, in addition to the Schrodinger's toxin murders, were also guilty of no less than 18 other murders just this generation. Details reveal reasons like stole my idea for a runny cheddar, to said my Parmesan did not stink, to the last one, cut me off on the spaceway. Straw and Rennet are found guilty posthumously, and control passes to the board, who hire witty writers to create their new pun-named cheeses. Their best seller is a vegan cheese. It's called the Cheese Shop, and it's famous because it has no cheese in it. Not a cubic centimeter of Asiago, not a steaming bowl of melted Gouda, not a brie, runny or otherwise. Not a cheddar, not a camembert, no drunken sailor, no metronome. And the image on the package is two men in an empty shop. The three of you are feted as heroes, and whether it's a joke or not, your feast, your welcome home, your congratulations is a fondue. Anything you wanted to add before we drop the curtain on tonight? I talked a fuck ton tonight.
It's just the same song, like playing at the fondue party.
It is, yeah.
At like the Pinkerton Detective Agency.
The
and
band,
he's, like,
they've
yelling
been hired.
over the music. And he's like, "I killed two guys in a closet."
This is getting you a group. There's you and the Quaints, and there's now a whole bunch of people lining up to dance with Jurgen. I want to know what these other two are doing. This is like a major festival, right? Everybody except for Jurgen and maybe the two of you is in tuxedos. This is full dress, and Jurgen's in his short shorts. Guy Gruyere now has decided he likes Jurgen, and so he's wearing his short shorts, which canonically are black satin and say "juicy" on the ass in sparkles.
I said we could be influencers.
And yeah, Greer's stealing your dance moves. He's finally found somebody he respects. A 6-year-old with an attitude.
I'm probably going to kill him later. Once he stops being fun.
I can't even do the accent. I want to do your accent. He says back to you in your accent, "We'll see who kills who first," and then turns around and tries to bump you.
Sounds funny.
And he turns around. I've been waiting all night to do this. He spins around at you, and in the flicker of an eye, all sense of humanity drops away. He's a dripping skull with skeletal wings, and he leans forward down to you and says, "Hello, little one. Would you like to dance?" And he's actually, and the two of them just, you know the end of Rocky, the end of the Rocky 2, when they have the fight in their own, they've had the official fight, but this is the unofficial fight, and they put their gloves on at the end of it, and they look at each other, and one of them goes, ding, ding, and they throw the double punch, and that's where they freeze the end of the movie.
Sure.
Nice.
That's what we're gonna do here.
Yeah, I guess in that voice, like Jurgen's face splits open
Yeah.
and reveals that he's a splinter
Yeah.
and not a human.
So a splinter and a fallen Aasimar clashing. You can't take these people out. You can't give them drinks. It doesn't work. The sexual tension, though, yeah. That's why we had to stop. That's why we had to stop, because they're both basically in
The very last,
underwear.
the last 3 frames, there's a pink rim around the scene.
I was gonna say Sakura was
please.
gonna
Yes.
ask either of them, Nobal or Jurgen, y'all be interested in helping me out? We might be able to like cause some revolutions on a couple of other planets. Sound good to y'all?
Nobal thinks back to, when he was actually had a head, or, a head had him.
Yeah.
And he thinks about Mr. Bones, and he thinks about the undisclosed location, and everything that happened. He's like, would not be the first time.
And,
Sure.
and the eyes go.
Yeah.
And even though he doesn't breathe, there's a heavy sigh.
I'd be down after I drop this clown, okay? Okay, Sakura? And he just goes back to this like fight.
Yeah.
All right, now have fun.
And that, you can tell it's over because I stopped the music now. Oh wow, what a night! Tonight had to be the peak, right? It had to be better than the 2 nights that went before, and that's a big ask. The 2 nights that went before were both very, very good, but that was door-bustingly good. I loved every split second of that. That was so much fun. Holy cow! But more importantly than the fun, we did it. We
broke it.
raised $500 official plus the 50 ghost. So $550 we raised in 3 nights from this amazing community.
You guys literally did 110%.
You
110%.
Yeah, you did actually, literally. Yes, math joke. And here's the thing. Part of this charity thing was, we did a lot of advertising on Twitter and a lot of other stuff, a lot of other places. And I'm sitting here watching the numbers, and the truth is, this was our regular audience that did this. This wasn't people dropping in that didn't know what was, didn't have any idea who we were. There's some of those. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There was like $50 before we even started, $50-$60 from people I've never known, and they've never come back to ask for their stuff. But the vast majority of this is from us, our group, Dirty 20 Gaming. And I want to thank you, every single one of you individually that donated or not. I don't care whether you donated or not, because you were all part of the community and you all did this as a group. And it is mind-blowing to know that you can say, can we help some people make justice a little more just? And people go, fuck yeah, here's my wallet. So thank you for that.
Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money, yes. Yes, we had a fun little game that we played this weekend, and I had a blast, and I might allow you guys to do this in the future for free. This is stupid amounts of fun. But the NPC party is such a good time. It is so selfish as a dungeon master, but never mind. But thank you all again for all weekend, not just for tonight, but all weekend. I know we only did 3 shows. I feel like we did like 3 6-hour shows, not 3 2-hour shows. It was exhausting because everybody poured everything they owned into it, and I love you all for it. Thank you so much, Sarah. I know your real life is exhausting, and you come in here just full of energy every week, and you just, I mean, you did the makeup and everything. I mean, it just, thank you. Appreciate that very, very much.
I wouldn't miss this for the world, y'all.
That's why you're here. And not to mention, I love watching you laugh, and you're an easy laugh. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I love that. Yeah, you laugh unreservedly. You laugh like, yeah, it's absolutely wonderful to watch. Thank you, Deku. 5 spinning hearts for everybody. Oh, I live for those spinning hearts every friggin' time we put something out. Bison, thank you for bringing yet another one of your balls out in public. I resisted most of the night. I really did. I only made one other joke, and then Gruyere made a couple, but that's him. That's his fault, not mine.
Yeah, that's his fault.
But thank you again, and again, all three of you. We got this set up. We got potential for a sequel. You guys can go start a revolution somewhere. But thank you very, very much for bringing them, and Pete, and all these other wonderful characters in the past and again tonight. I appreciate it. And Eddie, you played two really unlikable characters, Friday and Saturday, which was great, and then this hyper likable, so likable, he's almost going around the circle and come
Blacked
back
out
at
for
you.
2 hours.
Yeah.
It's this eldritch weirdo.
I love Jürgen. That just this uncompromising insanity. In my whole time in my head, Gruyere is going, he reminds me a lot of a young me, eh? But yes, thank you for that character. I love it. Thank you to chat. You gave me some classics to play tonight. You gave me some of yours. I mean, that's just. I'm flattered that you would say, "Here's one of my characters. Do it." Though that blows me away. Bringing back Guy, but with a twist. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. All of them at the end was so much fun. I know I whined for a second, but that was a very, very happy whine. That was to be able to have all of them in there all at once, and having you guys believe in me that I could do it made it possible. So thank you. And also specifically thank you to Thunderscape for listing the ones that I hadn't got to yet. Thank you. You guys were scrolling chat so fast I couldn't catch them all. But thank you so much for that. If I missed any, I owe you one. We'll get you next week. Oh, thank you. More spinning hearts. But one more. The YouTube people watching in the future. I hope you watched all three of them in a row to see what this charity event was all about. I'm sure the Tiltify is shut off by the time you watch this on YouTube, but you can still go to the Equal Justice Institute and make a donation. They are trying to make the justice system literally more just. They are trying to not be your race or your wealth that determines whether you do or don't go to jail. Whether the legal system works is a much, much bigger question, but these guys are starting at the roots, get the people that shouldn't be in jail out, and keep people that shouldn't be going in out as well. And I think that's a pretty damn noble cause. So I'm super, super happy that we were able to raise $550 for them. So thank you for thanking me. And with that, there's only one thing left. Well, two things. One, I'm glad I've got 4 days off before I got to do this again. I'm a little pooped. And two, until next time, and all the time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Good night.
Night,